Hi everybody, welcome to another episode of Two Hands in the Radio, where we look at inexpensive shortwave radios and other stuff. First of all, I want to thank Don and Pete who have donated to the channel. Very, very much appreciated. They donated through PayPal, and all of that money goes to help buy radios like this for the channel. And if you'd like to get on that list, there's a link down in the description box that you can click. Will take you to PayPal, safe and secure. You can donate $1, $2, $10, $20, $100, $1,000, whatever your credit limit is. And like I said, no matter what the amount, it all goes to buy radios. And it is very, very much appreciated. So if you'd like to hear your name shouted out in a video, then hit the donate button. Link, I guess it is. It's a link. Today we're going to look at a neat one. We've looked at the Sangean PT-10. We've looked at the Sangean PT-80. Yes, it is Sangean. Do not argue about it. The company has said it is Sangean. And there was one right in the middle of all of it. The 10, I can't remember now. I've reviewed the 10 and the 80. Those links will be somewhere in there that you can see that also. The 10 was the bottom of the line, and the PT-80, the MSRP back in 2004 was $219, and this is right in the middle. I don't have my notes, or I couldn't find anything quick enough on what the MSRP was of it. I suppose it's a little over $100, but it is the Sangean Pro Travel PT-50, and been looking for this for a long time, haven't found a good price. And I finally got a really decent price on it. You can find these on eBay. No need. People ask all the time, well, can you give me a link? Well, can you search? If I give you a link, it'll take you to a sold radio. I love how we don't think anymore. Just search for Sangean PT-50 if you're interested, and you'll have to do your own shopping. Very, very interesting little radio. Oh, I should warn everybody that this video is a conversational look at inexpensive shortwave radios. So if that's not your thing, you know, it's just like sex, violence, and rock and roll before a TV show. Here's the disclaimer. Anyway, Sangean limited warranty. I'm sure since 2004 that's gone. We have the world's most poorly written manual. It is extraordinarily heavy on the travel side of it. The operation of the radio, it just starts, here's the operation, tune your channel, and then it goes into another language. You see the manual is hugely thick, but it's in several different languages. Instrucciones, Spanish, and I believe French, and I don't know. Anyway, I'm sure somebody will correct me on all that. But it just stops. It just, here you go, and that's it. And it's not like there's pages missing or anything. It's just poorly written, I think. Anyway, I digress. 2004, so we're going back a ways. It even has the case. The one thing that I don't, the one negative, I haven't had any of them. The 10 and the 80 did not have a case with it, because it was used, and I think the case gets lost. I understand why, because to use the radio, you really have to take the case off. And you remember some of these, whoever it was, God, now I can't even remember, the Eaton satellites and executive this and that line, the Traveler 3 and all that, had a case that you could flip around and make a stand out of it. And it was really, really nice. Had a place cut out for the antenna. Nay on this one. So we're going to take that off for right now. All it does is just magnetically clips into these little buttons back here and up front here. And here we go. This is really, really cool. It's a big radio. It feels big. 5 inches across, 3 1/4 inches tall, 1 1/4 thick. Has a 21-inch antenna, 21.5 inch. We've got the dial here is, you just look at it, it is clock material right now. It's interesting that once you set it, it's very, very detailed about how to set it. You hit your home time zone button and hours and minutes and all that. Once you set it, then when you turn it, wherever you travel, let's just say I'm going to London. Right now in London is 1816. So that's kind of neat. I mean, for the traveler, it's kind of cool. And we have to remember this was designed specifically to be a travel radio. And, but hey, that's why I look at it. Waste money so you don't have to. Anyway, but most of the buttons here, other than the on-off button, all of the buttons are time related. It's got an alarm with it, humane wake system. You can go 12 or 24 hours if you choose. I'm on 24 hours just because. As soon as I'm done with the video, the batteries come out and that's it. So I really don't care. It is the correct time, but I don't care about 12s and 24s right now and all that. And you say, two hands, why do you take the batteries out? Because too many times at 2 o'clock in the morning, an alarm will get inadvertently set and it starts to go off. I don't like any radio with an alarm, just for that reason, but I digress. On the right-hand side, we have a tuning wheel. We have a mono stereo headphone jack, so it is stereo and headphone. We have on the back side, we have all of our frequency ranges, world time map there if you need that. The frequency ranges, it is not continuous. It's broken down into several bands, 4.75 to 506, 5.9 to 6.2, 7.1 to 7.35, 9.4 to 9.90, 11.6 to 12.1, 13.57 to 13.87, and 1510 to 1580. That's the shortwave end of it. So it's a very, very light in the shorts on the shortwave range, and that's okay. On the left-hand side, we have a volume wheel, the stereo headphone jack, DC adapter, which did not come with this, and I don't think it does come with one. And we're back to the front end, ready to take a look. Let's hoist our little antenna up here. I think for shortwave, we're going to give it a little bit of help, I believe, just because it is so old. And the sweat bees are already in full force. Gotta love little critters. Let's see if I can remember. Oh, I didn't take you around the top part. The top part is the AM/FM switch and 7 shortwave bands, which we'll look at here shortly. A snooze light button, so it does have a light. You can hit that and turn it on. And please get off of me, Mr. B. And now we can go. Here is FM. Let's go all the way down and start down yonder. 88.7 is the one that I like to use as a baseline. Does just dandy. We can't,
Hi, I'm Casey Tennant.
Well, hi, Casey. We can't hover around music too long, but you can get an idea.
She played a very difficult.
There's full volume. It's not bad. It's got a really good audio to it.
I was going to be a band director.
And there again, if you're a traveler, you're in a hotel room, it's on a nightstand. That's about all the volume you really want. Very nice.
If you have they're changing the game, so get 50.
Change the game.
With lows around 57, and for your Saturday, it'll be sunny with highs near 77.
All right.
And having to.
Yeah, we gotta. We'll on a 1.7, 100.7 if I get it right. There we go. 103.7 should be the same thing. Yeah, not bad. I'm going to get off FM before the copyright police come after us. But that's pretty neat. I like the FM on it. Let's wheel our way down again. Don't know what we're going to get because it is like 1:30 in the afternoon. We may not get much. And there again, people will ask, do this at night and do this and do that and which is better and all the fun stuff. You got to remember that being a 2004 model, you could have 20 of these things and they'll all behave completely differently. Some will be worn out on the inside, some will be wonderful. It's not new, so it's kind of hard to say, gosh, this is better, that's better. That PT-80 did not impress me at all. Something was wrong with it. I can't remember what. I'd have to watch the video again, and I don't like watching myself for answers. Do I sound terrible today? I sound a bit cynical today. I sound a bit jaded. Possibly. That's why I come out here and do this too. It tends to put me in a better mood. Anyway, I digress. See if we can get 700 WLW. There it is. So that's decent.
No tools to install. What could be easier?
Alrighty.
We also have a fitter-free.
What could be easier? It could already be assembled.
That's an
There's Indianapolis. Trying to look over the camera and look down into the radio, and it's a little difficult. See if we can get 1390. Yeah, we got it. Very difficult to tune. I've noticed that already, and I don't know if it's just age, if it's that way. I have no way of really knowing, but it is difficult to tune, that's for sure. Well, let's start off. I'm going to give it a little bit of help and hook up our 20-foot sloper wire. All it is an extended wire. I give it the name sloper because that's the name of it, a sloper sloping antenna. But it's just a bit of wire, about 20 foot or so. See if that'll help it out any. I think it does need a little bit of help. Roll all the way down here. I mean, we can't even. I thought it was supposed to go down to 475, but it didn't. Huh. I have no idea. There's something. It does have. I've gotten in trouble for not saying if any lights or anything that I can't see outside, if any lights work or anything. So it does have a little tuning light thing that lights up and says tune. So that's important. People, and I don't advertise it, but people don't understand that I do have a visual impairment and I don't see all the lights and flashes and things like that, especially in the daylight. It's very difficult for me to see displays and things like that, and I apologize for all that. And I apologize that it doesn't meet everybody's rigid expectations of Netflix quality. I digress again. It's a day of digression. I believe I am a bit jaded. Well, it doesn't seem to be matching up the frequency range that they listed. 5.7 to 6.3. Let's move on. We'll throw the card out and just do our own thing. This shouldn't be much because it's going to be in the single sideband stuff, and it does not do single sideband. So yeah, okay, well that's better than what they were saying. They said 735 and it goes way on up. Huh. Their instruction manual, I told you the instruction manual completely sucks. There's 10 megahertz. Sweat bees, wow. This is exciting. See if we can get 9395 here.
And the consequent First of all, there is
9.3.
for those of us who know Jesus.
Doesn't give us the 0.5. It just 9.39. It's actually 93.95. But that's okay, because we can kind of dial that in if we have to. 9330 is off the air until late August, I believe, 2019. So if you're watching this in 2020 and wonder why I skipped over 9330, it's because it's not on the air yet. There's something there. Very, very weak. Cool. Well, this is getting better marks than the PT-80, I think. I think the PT-80, the MSRP of 2004, that $200 19 MSRP really even frightened me today that it's not that good of a radio for that much money. And I think that's what kind of soured that, maybe. And I just don't think it performed all that well. Yeah, we'll come back down here. What we can do, that was some FT8 stuff. There we go. Don't know what the, oh, the tick, tick, tick might be the airplane that's flying overhead. That may go away. What I can do is I can turn around, look here, and you can pause the thing and look and see all the frequency ranges, probably different than what I read off, which is absolutely interesting that a owner's manual would be that strange. Let's go on up, see if tick, tick, tick's still there. No, it's gone. 15140. Radio Havana, Cuba, or Radio Habana, Cuba, whatever side of the fence you're on. Oops. Really a nice little shortwave receiver, actually. Did we even get 15 megahertz, or can we get that? We can't get that low. That's too bad. So we can get 10, and that's it. That's kind of in the middle of the road. Got one more band here to cover. Probably not a whole lot. Oh, South Central Indiana, if that's important to anybody. And always keep in mind, this is just an initial impression. This isn't Consumer Report where I'll tear everything apart and look at every diode and capacitor inside one and try to analyze scientifically. This is as unscientific as it ever going to get. And that's just the way it is. Neat little radio. I like this. That's the end of the short wave. Get rid of the antenna before the lightning does for us. I like it. I like it a lot. And I'm not going to give it a rating just because, like I said, I don't know what to rate it up against. If you were to have 10, 15, or 20 of these all lined together, they'll all be different. So you got me. Maybe this is the top of the heap, or maybe this is even the bottom of the heap, and it only gets better. That's why I'm not going to give it a rating. But I will say, if you can find one at a decent price, because I know the 50s are hard to find. Really, really hard to find, and they're really, really expensive. And I can't remember when I did the videos, the PT-10 and the PT-80. I've looked ever since then for a 50 and just got a good price. So if you can find it for under $50, I'd say it's a buy. It's a good little radio. If you're a traveler and want something like this with the time zones and everything, I would say it's a buy. Out there again, you can buy the Eaton Executive Traveler Grundig Edition Elite, whatever they call it now. Right about the same price. So, whatever you want to do. If you're a radio collector, yeah, it's a good radio. Anyway, I digress some more. Wow, how many digressions did I have this time? Probably too many. That's all I got. If you like the video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, notification bell, all that silly stuff that absolutely doesn't do anything. It doesn't work when you want it to. Feel free to leave your civil comments below. What was I going to say? I was really going to say something really, really good. And then I just the railroad track went a different direction. I know. Dare I say it in this video? Nah, I better not. Leave your civil comments below. And that's all I got. Go out, make it a good day, pick you up a decent radio, and we'll see you at the next review.